Hey, it's Mr. K, and this is our second lesson, and it's called Our Nation's Resources. And I'm going to bring you through this lesson just like we would be going through class. And we're going to start out with the do now. So you can open up your packets, and you have about, well, take your time if you're doing it on your own, but if you were doing it in class, you'd have about 5 minutes to do this do now. And it's just a review of what we did in the previous lesson on climate and weather. And let's say that you lost your sheet. If you lost your sheet, don't forget it's all here. I put it there just in case if you did forget. You just have to go to this web address, and I added some additional stuff. This video is going to be here. If you wanted to get packet 2, it's right here. You click. And if you want to test yourself afterwards, which would be really helpful, click on the yellow link. I also made some flashcards for you for all of these vocabulary words that you have here. And all of the video links are here. Everything's here. So anyway, let's get back to the PowerPoint. Like I said, the name of this is Our Nation's Resources. And if you can understand all of these objectives, you have successfully learned the lesson. And that is define different types of natural resources and the need to conserve them, summarize how natural capital and human resources are used in the production of goods and services, and define scarcity and explain how it affects economic choices, or choices with money. And these are the vocabulary words. I won't read through them, but anything that's red is a vocabulary word. I didn't put them red here, but you'll see what I mean as we go through the PowerPoint. Excuse me. So here we go. Here's our first red term. What's a natural resource? And notice the image that I have here. It's somebody, a little gross, chopping off the fingers, and they're tree fingers. And really, if we use too much of something, it's kind of like that because, not all resources will replenish themselves. In the case of trees, more will grow, but it takes a long time for that to happen. Natural resources are materials or substances such as minerals, forests, water, and fertile land that occur in nature and can be used for economic gain. Make sure that you know that definition. There's 3 types of natural resources, so it's not just 1, 3. One is renewable resources. Renewable resources are resources that can be replaced or renewed. So we just gave the example before of wood, with trees. We can grow more trees. Yes, it takes time, but it could happen. Same thing with soil. Soil can be used up, all of the nutrients in the soil, and it takes a while for that to get back through many leaf cycles that happen, falling leaves and good fertilization and so forth. Fisheries, where fish can grow and then be harvested and then sold to the markets, and the same thing with animal populations and hunting. So each one of these is a renewable resource because all of these will eventually grow back, although not right away. The second type is non-renewable resources. Non-renewable resources cannot be replaced once they're used up. Examples of that, oil, gold, silver, platinum, iron ore, copper, nickel, bauxite, basically any metal or mineral. Gold, once we run out of gold on this planet, once, everybody has an engagement ring and jewelry or whatever else it's used for, it's even used in electronics. It's quite a impressive metal. But once it's gone, it's gone. We can't get any more out of the ground. No more gold will grow back. It's the same thing with oil, and we're actually facing quite the crisis because, as you know, all of the cars, not all, but a lot of the cars are gasoline engines. And once we run out of oil, we're, of course, going to have to change the technology, and that's why you see some of the hybrid cars that are popping up. The last one, the last type of natural resource is flow resources. Wind, sunlight, and water are flow resources. This is a new definition. Even when I was a kid, I learned the same lesson, but we didn't have flow resources. There's hydroelectric power. Basically, think of Niagara Falls, the big waterfall on the New York State-Canadian border. The falling water could create a lot of energy. The water would go through the turbines, which turn and create energy. And we can, charge our phones, we can plug in our computers and so forth through that. So wind, sunlight, you've all seen solar panels. Wind, you've seen those things that turn. They're by the beach and, they turn. Those are wind generators, or, they generate power from wind. So I made a chart right here, and again, you can print this out for yourselves. It's just going to go over what I just said. It gives you examples, and it gives present use for renewable, non-renewable, and flow. Might be helpful for you, and just go to the website to print this out. So we're going to pretend that it's class. Don't worry, I'm not going to be sitting here for 15 minutes. I'm just going to say you'd have 15 minutes because you have 10 questions to answer based on this reading. Make sure that you do the reading because it is essential that you do. I put it in the packet so that you could access it here, and the stuff that's in these readings, don't just skip over because it will be on the tests. That is a promise. There's other important resources. Capital resources. Excuse me. Capital resource is a tool, machine, or building people use to produce goods and services. Often these capital resources are made from natural resources. For instance, metal in cars. A car is a capital resource. It's made from a natural resource, which eventually will, run out. But the capital resource is, a tool that we use that is made of natural resources. Human resources. A human resource is a person and the skills and knowledge he or she brings to a job. Believe me, there's some people that have very rare and unique skills, and that makes them very valuable. Think about basketball players. I know there's a lot of sports fans out there, but a lot of people would say LeBron James is the best at putting a basketball in the basket or leading his team to victory. It's a very rare skill, and being the best at it and having so many people interested in basketball makes him a very valuable human resource. So our skills that we bring to the table, and there's more to it than that. You can say Einstein, you could say so many people who have contributed to science and politics and to the world have been valuable human resources, but it's just what we bring to the table. And the whole point of you being in school is so that you can, really build your skills so that you can become a valuable member of the workforce. Here's the next thing. So you have 10 minutes to complete task 2. Take your time if you're doing it at home, obviously, but at this time, pause the video and do task 2, and then we'll go on. So there's another video that I want you to watch. Here is the link. I also put the link on the website. So this is a really interesting video. It teaches you about the production of gold. Gold, of course, is a natural resource, but to extract gold takes a lot of different skills. It takes a lot of human skills, a lot of human knowledge. It takes a lot of machinery, and it's kind of all of these resources in one. So not only the natural resources, but also the capital resources and human resources. So it's a combination of the three. And after you watch the video, make sure that you answer these questions on the sheet. Scarcity. Scarcity means not having as much of something as people would like. The problem of scarcity means that people have to make decisions about what they want most. They make these decisions by weighing the opportunity cost. So there you learn two different definitions. You're always going to give up something by making a choice, because especially when you are starting out your career, or especially when you're in school, you are open to so many different possibilities. Your future can go in any direction. But when you choose one, you eliminate others. And it also works with the choices that you make with what to use. For instance, water. There's a water shortage worldwide. There's 1 billion people that are cut off from drinkable water. And if you choose to use extra water, there's going to be a trade-off, and it affects other people living in the world. So we're all part of that equation, and our own choices affect the people around us. Here's the definition of opportunity cost. An opportunity cost is the thing you give up when you decide to do or have something else. Every choice people make about how to spend their money or their time has an opportunity cost. And basically, it's very similar to what I said. You make one choice, there's other ones that you give up. So we're wrapping this up. This is the next to last exercise that you guys have. Conservation. Conservation is the protection and wise use of natural resources. This is a really, you will remember this video. It's called Water Facts, which is a very simple name, but it really does a great job of explaining the issue that's happening with water. And as the population grows in the world, will we run out of drinking water? It's kind of an interesting question because we have over 7 billion people now, and the population over the last 100 years has grown, I believe, 4 billion. So, the population's growing all the time because medicine has gotten better and people are living longer. So, will we run out of water? That's the question that is spoken about in this video. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this. Make sure that you get those last questions done. And again, if you have any questions, ask me in class. I hope this helped.